Hello there. Kyle Katarn here,
The Bendu.
coming back for another reaction to Andor,
That's,
episode 4.
that's right. And this series is really, pardon, has been really popped off. It's been really great. All the little snippets and different Easter eggs from different genre, or not
Dude,
genres, time periods.
so many things.
Yeah. This series has really been different, but like different in
Definitely.
ways.
It's not, it feels like it's a lot like slower, and I don't mean that in any sort of a criticism. I mean, like, it's taking its time, like we're getting to really know these characters and what their motivations are.
Yes.
And it's not jumping from planet to planet to
Yes.
planet, and like normally Star Wars moves at this breakneck speed, just because you're trying to tell this massive story in like an hour and a half, like in a movie. But we've got 12 episodes in a season. That's like the most we've ever gotten for a Star Wars show, and it's really showing in how much they're taking their time with this. And I really appreciate it, because when we finally get to Rogue One, the emotional payoffs that they've built along the way are going to be huge.
Exactly. On that note,
It's going to be awesome.
On that note, I think the emphasis of these first 4 episodes really is more the character development, and to really see kind of
Totally.
the foundations of who these people are. So yeah, it's slow in the sense of we're not sure what the full plot of the series is going to be yet, but it hasn't been slow in terms of like action or actual like story. But yeah, right now it is all about the characters and making a foundation of what those relationships are. Of which everyone fucking hates Cassian for some reason. Well, granted, he was stolen off of his homeworld, but
Yes.
yeah, he doesn't seem to have a good reputation of paying his debts back.
Well, I don't know. He seems like he's in that position of someone who, like, he is a likable guy, and that's why he had so many friends that were in a position to loan him credits, and he's like slowly burnt all these bridges by just like, he's used up everyone's goodwill. He owes everybody money. Like, everyone's done him favors, and he's screwed them all over. It's like, this is a likable guy, and that's the only reason he survived this long, is because people have just got this I can't stay mad at you, Cassian kind of thing going on. But he's definitely got like a lot of Han Solo like scoundrel vibes, and I love that the very, very beginning felt so film noir. Like, we've got 2 crooked cops getting murdered in the rain, in the dark,
Fucking
and it spurns this whole murder investigation and this whole I'm here for that aesthetic. I think it's gonna be awesome. Before we go any further, I want to say shout out to Nerd Chronic for editing this reaction for us and sneaking it past the Disney blockade.
Yes,
If you want to check out the full-length, uncut version of this reaction, there's a link in the description of the video to the Patreon page. Another cool reason to check out our Patreon is because it gives you access to Patreon polls. The first of which, for this show, I'm about to read to you. So, because the first 3 episodes all were released in a block, we decided to wait until they were done airing and then release a single poll to read out tonight. So with the first 3 episodes of Andor out, which point of view storyline is your favorite so far? The choices were Cassian Andor, Cyril Karn, Luthien Rail, and Marva, aka the Canary flashbacks. This poll was posted in the 11th hour, and as a result of such, we have 3 votes total, and it's completely split down the middle. 33% for Cassian, Cyril, and Luthien. Sorry, Marva, you've got no votes. That's very interesting, and I think that kind of shows that, like, these storylines are equally interesting,
Who is Silva? Is that the
Cyril Karn?
Is that the left lieutenant? Sort of like
he's the detective sergeant guy who's been left in charge.
Okay,
exactly, the guy who just thoroughly embarrassed himself. Aiden Pullen says definitely Cassian, but that's because he's the most developed and he's the main character. I like Luthien the most, but that just might be because I like Stellan Skarsgård. He's a badass. Yes, he's incredible. I really, really like Stellan Skarsgård as an actor. I think that he's incredible in Dune as the Baron Harkonnen. Really one of my favorite performances. He hasn't really been given that much of a chance to shine as an actor in Marvel stuff, but I feel like here he's going to absolutely give a crazy performance. I mean, he already has. He said, "Don't you want to fight these bastards for real?" Like, I got chills.
Yeah, his dedication to the rebellion is already really shown itself.
Totally. He's clearly like, this guy is like a masterful actor, and he's gonna really bring one of the big performances in the show. You can already tell. Our other comment is from Star Wars Daddy 66, who says definitely Cyril Karn because he seems to truly believe in order and security, and I think after episode 3 he'll become more passionate about hunting Andor and any other terrorist.
Yes.
That's some strong language. Like, it's true. Technically, you can classify Andor as a terrorist, right? Like, that's kind of one of the gray areas that the show is exploring, is that, like, using the terminology of, like, this authoritarian law and order.
Yes, that is
like
true.
I think Thrawn was the first one. No, or maybe it was Tarkin. In Star Wars Rebels, the first time rebels were referred to as terrorists. I remember, like,
Oh,
they were
yeah.
like, oh,
I feel like
they
it was a
finally
Tarkin
used the
thing.
T word. I think it was Tarkin. But I like that we're exploring that a bit here more. As for Cyril Karn, I could go either way on that guy. I do believe that he wants to do the right thing, and he has a strong sense of, like, morals and ethics.
For the company.
But I think... Well, exactly. I think that he is serving to show, to, like, kind of carry the message of the show, which is that you could be a quote-unquote good person and still exist inside a system that is corrupt or a system that spreads oppression and support that system without realizing that you're part of the problem. And I think that he is someone who, if he realized he was part of the problem, he might actually make a change. But I don't know. I really could go either way. He's either going to, like, break away from this and have a wake-up call, or he's going to double down and become full-on jackboot thug, you know?
Which I think,
could see it
unfortunately,
going
is
either way,
kind of the
man.
direction he's going. Because I'm still trying to adjust the camera here.
I think his supervisor guy, Mr. Mustache, I'm forgetting his name right now,
Game of
the one who
Thrones,
left
dude.
him in charge to go to, like, an Imperial Comstat meeting, I think he's going to bear the brunt of this failure because he is the commanding officer.
Oh, yeah.
And he's going to get, like, severely disciplined by the ISB. And that might be the
Well,
eye-opening
yeah.
thing that Karn sees.
I agree. Unfortunately, my favorite character, most interested, wasn't on the list, but maybe she'll come up in a later poll.
Are you talking about Bix?
I am talking about Bix.
Bix is pretty awesome. No, I like Bix too. I was kind of considered her as part of Andor's point of view story
I suppose, yeah.
because she hasn't really done anything on her own that wasn't directly related to her helping Cassian.
That's true.
So once she starts making moves on her own, I'll consider her a point of view storyline. But I think that she kind of exists to service the Cassian story right now.
That's true.
But I really like her too, and I hope that stops being the case and she starts breaking off on her own. Now that she doesn't have Tim, you know, I don't really know what that means for her. I'm really worried she's not going to make it off of Ferrix, you know? Because once the ISB starts cracking down, she's like the last known associate, and if she's left behind when he's off world, they're going to, like, try and make her talk. So I'm nervous for Bix right now. And one thing that I'm really looking forward to seeing is Imperial Era Coruscant.
Yes!
Or Imperial Center, as it used to be called. Dude, I've been fascinated with it ever since I read one of the Dark Horse comics, Star Wars Empire, which was part of the Imperial plot to overthrow the Sith. Came out in Dark Horse in, like, 2002. There's a bunch of scenes of Palpatine's throne room just, like, on Coruscant. And the colors that they used to show, like, the skyline, there was something just, like, pallid and sickly about it. It just showed that, like, evil has taken up residence here. So ever since then, I have, like, really wanted to see Imperial Coruscant on screen, and we're finally getting our wish. I'm so excited for that, dude. All right, best friend, you ready to go?
I am, man. Let's go.
Do it! This music's more intense.
I totally thought it was going to be a ship. I totally forgot about the fucking slow Andor intro. I was like, ooh, what's happening?
There's a match back. Blue, bright blue. Shelf behind you.
Fucking
Come on, dude, don't you know that-
name drop, bro.
Don't you know that back does bright blue?
Calculations complete.
Yes, I love hyperspace. It's interesting they're going to the trouble of saying that it's a Fondor droid mod.
Alliance, SEP, Guerrilla, Partisan Front. One of them.
Woo,
Is that all the
partisans.
same?
It is to me. I fought in Mimban when I was 16.
Wow.
2 years of it. Straight out of prison
Who's
into the
Mimban?
mud. I'm one of 50 that survived.
Mimban is where Solo was sent with the Imperial Army.
Oh,
It's the mud
shit.
planet.
That's right.
It was also a battlefield during the Clone Wars.
But you're right about one thing. The Empire had you fighting each other, which should make you hate them all the more, and you do.
Finally, someone acknowledges it.
You'll ultimately die fighting these bastards. So what I'm asking is this.
Chills again.
What about the sister?
That's what he has to live for.
I didn't risk my ass for the Starbeth unit. I came for you. 5 days. Big stakes, big danger. Prep team, good plan.
Big shot gangster putting together a crew.
What would we be stealing?
The quarterly payroll for an entire Imperial sector.
That's pretty ballsy.
Steal from the rich, give to the poor. Oh,
Capital of the
Coruscant,
galaxy.
dude.
Oh my god.
Oh, dude, it's
Look
just
at
like
these shots.
it's like 50s New York.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, look at that trench coat.
Imperial Security Bureau. I love that you can see the skyline traffic reflected on the building like that.
Yeah.
Across the Rylos sector. Any further erosion
It's
in
Kyber!
authority may require an increase in our black line budget.
He's head of the table.
What is this item from Arvala 6?
Arvala 6? Nice. Mando reference.
We are healthcare providers. We treat sickness. We identify symptoms. We locate germs. The longer we wait to identify a disorder, the harder it is to treat the disease. Do you understand my meaning, Legret?
Yes, sir.
Don't trouble.
He's brilliant.
A stolen Imperial Starpath unit was recovered at the scene.
Those responsible.
Unknown, sir. I'm heading...
Oh, that set off an alarm for her.
There's an increase in construction shipments going to Scarif, sir.
Yeah, Scarif. All right, here we go,
God.
Aldhani.
That must be like,
This place is gorgeous.
it looks like
Look at these
Scotland
hills.
or Ireland.
Think of a name for yourself. Clem. For the next 5 days, you'll be Clem.
Or his father's name. Or his father figure's name.
Take this.
Kyber crystal?
Is it?
What is it?
No, probably not.
It's a Quati signet. Blue Kyber, Skystone. Yeah.
Ooh, it is. It's blue
Blue
Kyber.
Kyber?
It's a Kuwati signet. Man, no wonder Luthen has a baller-ass ship. He has connections to both Kuwat and Fondor. The strongest stars have hearts of Kyber.
Bro, look at that crystal.
I love her. She looks like a Willow character.
It's the poncho.
With the wooden
It's-
stick and the
It's
poncho.
the Star Wars poncho.
He's got steady nerves and he's not afraid to kill.
I can't believe you're doing
You
this.
can pilot.
We go in 3 days.
He increases your chances of success dramatically.
He's trying to force Cassian into the heist team. She doesn't want it.
We'll take him in and lie about how it's come to pass. In the next 3 days, if for any reason... Look at me! You wanted to lead. This is what it comes to.
Ooh.
I need to know you understand.
And if he's the problem?
Well, that's the advantage of renting him. He's disposable.
How big is the team for stealing this
Bro.
Imperial payroll?
He's putting a lot of pressure on this shit.
You will holo certify receipt of said items. You will holo certify...
Oh, damn, they're getting audited right now.
They lost their job.
...report detailing your involvement and culpability in said Ferrix incident.
Question, sir.
No.
Oh, that dude out the windows is basically wearing Callus's battle armor.
But I've had nothing to do with this.
Exactly.
Yeah, where the fuck were you, officer?
And you, Deputy Inspector Khan.
Deputy Inspector, bitch.
You've rung the final bell on corporate independence. As of this morning, the Milana system is under permanent Imperial authority.
Ooh, it's exactly what they were trying to avoid. You know what that means.
They're
We're
on
about to see
fire.
stormtroopers on Ferrix. Dude, he's like about to cry.
He's about to kill himself.
Yeah, I think he's gonna try and join up with the ISB.
He is something we will never discuss. When we get to camp, we're going to tell them this was my idea and we've been planning it all the while. We never mention him.
Interesting. So they're just already using, like, keeping the cells at arm's length from each other. They don't have a fulcrum yet.
Hey, hold on.
Ties. Yes.
Oh. Oh.
Oh, that sound.
They won't be back today.
Just to remind you that this is still Star Wars.
Ensign retrieved a sealed Imperial NS9 Starpath unit from the site. Right, that gives us jurisdiction. I want you to go to Blevins' office, tell them we need everything they've got on Ferrix.
It might mean more if you went.
I don't want to spark his interest.
Okay, so since the Starpath unit came from an Imperial facility on a different planet, they're able to have jurisdiction on Ferrix. It's interesting that even in a totalitarian regime, they still need to do the song and dance of getting jurisdiction.
Oh, 100%.
Landing protocol 037.
Yes, okay, here we go.
037.
Oh, can't wait to analyze that little map later. See if I can identify some of those jump coordinates. Oh, disguises, okay.
Oh, it's just his senator self.
He has to practice smiling, being in the right character.
Yep.
Wow. What a way to live your life.
Dude, those purples. He straight up looked like Willy Wonka.
40,000 Aldhanis all across the Highlands. They were here for centuries.
So who are we supposed to be?
There's still a few shepherds in the hills.
Nature lovers, mystics, dead enders.
Sounds like the perfect place for a Jedi to hide, live a
Right?
remote life.
I don't think we're gonna get any Jedi in this show.
I don't think so either. I'm just musing that sounds like a great cover story if you were a 66 survivor.
I want the full Ferrex report.
It's my sector.
An Imperial Star Path unit was stolen from the Steerguard Naval Yard and found at the scene. That gives me jurisdictional access.
You might want to steady the ladder before you start climbing. You fall here, you fall alone.
Are you denying my request?
For the second time today.
Fine. I'll take it to Major Partakas.
I love it. She's fully not taking his shit. She's like a bloodhound. She's got the scent, and she's like, nothing is going to deter her now. She's like, no, I'm getting that file.
Is that just an AK?
That is just like an AK-74 right there.
So we just...
What? What are those?
This is Clem. I haven't mentioned him before now because I wasn't sure we could get him here on time. We've had a stroke of luck. He's been able to fight his way free.
Convincing lie.
Oh.
Traveling to Hosnian Prime, huh?
Oh, is this an airport?
Spaceport. Look at that.
Oh, those speeder sounds, man.
God, Coruscant is just a brutalist dream come true.
Oh, it's this dude. Oh, shit. He got fired and he went back to Coruscant. Okay. In lower level Coruscant.
God, that shot's amazing. I'm just giddy from the fact that we're on Imperial Coruscant right now.
Dude, this looks like every apartment building ever.
This is like not quite 1313 shittiness. This is like 1515. But it's still like, this is low rent. You know, you can tell.
Oh, it's his mom.
Mother.
Oh, shit.
She's just happy he's alive.
What are you staring at?
Well, they're probably not.
Fuck off, old lady. Yes.
Oh, dude, are we gonna get the Senate?
Mon Mothma, this is her. I bet you.
Oh, dude, look at that Corvette.
Senator Mon Mothma's here.
Yes.
Senator, what a pleasure to see you.
You as well, Luthen. Sorry to be so late.
It's hard being surrounded with this much history and not be humbled by the insignificance of our daily anxiety.
How true, and how I need to hear that.
Man, he's acting so different.
We often refer to the gallery as Coruscant's unofficial temple of patience.
Oh, I have to start coming here more often.
Dude, look at that Beskar back there.
Oh my god, you're right.
I put aside a few things.
Mon Mothma has a husband?
He has an interest in military artifacts.
Yes.
So let's start with the
really
oldest
dig
one.
her jacket.
It's a Udapawan monk cudgel.
God, look at that Beskar.
This is the real thing.
Dude, look at the Force Unleashed Sith Stalker helmet in the background.
It's a treasure for the true aficionado.
Dude, I swear to God, the samurai-looking suit of armor, it has the Force Unleashed Starkiller Sith Stalker
It
helmet.
had the face.
14,000 years old.
That hand comes from the Mortis mural, dude. Or not the Mortis one, but the one that they found on the excavation planet, where in Rebels they used to get to the world between worlds.
Has that happened yet? That hasn't happened yet.
That hasn't happened yet, but it's totally that same art style.
I found someone I think can help me.
Someone who? We're vulnerable enough. We need funding, not more people to worry about.
Don't lecture me on vulnerability. You think I haven't thought this through? I'd be the first one to fall.
It's true.
You'll be here?
Well, if not, Clea can always reach me. Clea, can we have this wrapped for the senator?
Interesting. I thought he was going to be a senator himself, but instead he's like
an art collector,
like an art collector, import-export guy,
/ historian. Yeah.
Inside agent.
He's with us. Stay.
I was going to say.
What the hell is going on?
I mean, she did say there were 7 of them.
What else don't I know about?
This helps us. We were cutting it close. You said it yourself.
3 days out? What were you gonna do if I couldn't get here today? Just turn up?
Nice. He's wearing the same rain poncho as Krennic, just in a different color.
Who is he?
He's Clem. He's here. That's all that matters.
Look, we're wasting daylight. Let's get on with it. Give Nemec a hand.
I think they're all
They don't
totally
even say
justified in
what
being
his specialty is.
sketched the hell out by this random dude, you
Yeah.
know? I would be. I feel like Andor's the only one that's going to survive the heist. God, look at that bonsai tree.
Look at all the bonsais. Her whole apartment is very Coruscant. Like, this is hilarious.
I'm about to log into the Old Republic and completely redecorate my Coruscant apartment.
Bars, Danga, Sly Moore from the Vizier's private chamber?
Sly Moore?
Is that a problem?
You can't be serious. These people hate me. They spend every day trying to undo anything I've touched.
Well, perhaps tomorrow they'll think twice.
Oh my god, Sly Moore is coming?
Bro, her husband's fucking up right now.
What, it's a bit late to cancel.
This is the danger of not having him looped into her plans at all, though. She knows she can't trust it.
Don't seat them near me.
Oh, I've taken care of that. You're at the boring end of the table. These people are fun.
Oh, are they? They're fun.
Perhaps you should have a rest.
If you make me pay attention, I will, and you won't be happy.
Oh god, her husband's one of those guys who's like, oh, I stay out of politics. Poor Mon Mothma, she's married to a fucking centrist.
Garrison, observation tower, sentry defenses, all to protect this runway opening here.
I'll do it. It's fragile, that piece. The rain gets into the glue.
The runway...
I love that they have this elaborate, like, war plan here, and they spent enough time to, like, flock the table.
Escaping? In a roller?
Yeah.
Those were TIE fighters we saw on the way in. You'll be lucky to make the horizon. It's a suicide run.
Exactly.
That's why
Yep,
they only
you're up to
keep
speed
a
now.
40-man regiment in the garrison.
Yeah, Cassian, it's a little late for these doubts. Clearly these people have thought it through. It's been weeks and weeks.
The Aldhanis gather in this valley for a celestial event they call Mak'ani Bredani. Imagine 50 meteor showers all at once, but like a curtain being pulled across the sky. Until
Sounds
the
awesome.
eye,
Oh,
a window to the galaxy forms.
That would be enough to form a religion over, for sure.
I would be over the moon to see something like that.
It's a recurrent band of crystallized noctilucent microdensities. Billions of crystals. Very heavy, but small and unstable. As the planet passes through the belt, they swarm the...
Ooh, is that what we saw in the trailer? Streaking through the sky when he's flying the shuttle? They're going to use it as cover.
That's your car.
Yes. Gets us in, gets us out. They won't know where we came from, and if we can beat the clock, we'll be gone.
It's so reckless and crazy. He loves it.
Sir, it is my feeling that this is part of an ongoing effort to steal proprietary Imperial equipment in anticipation of an organized rebellion. I have 3 previous case files on my desk that begin to suggest a pattern.
Your feeling?
Gut instinct.
You came to us from enforcement.
Yes, sir.
Here, we act on vetted and verified information. Alert me when this materializes into something more definite. Until then, confine future activities to your sectors. Thank you, Lieutenant.
That smug bastard.
Ugh. You don't get what you want, but you're the
her
teacher's
trajectory
pet,
seems to be mirroring
so
Karn a
bravo.
little bit, where she's like gung-ho about this one investigative lead, and both her superiors and her peers are like, don't worry about it. Interesting. And just like Karn, she was right on the money about what was going on there.
It looks like they're looking at a
and the console layout.
Game Boy.
You get done with that? That's a detailed map of the garrison.
Detailed map of the garrison.
You'll eat, you'll let Cinta check the bandage, and you'll have learned all that by morning.
Oh, well, that was the end of the episode.
Damn. Okay.
Hell yeah, dude. That was an awesome episode. I was like, for some reason, I just assumed that they were going to fit the heist into the same episode as this. And I was like, what the hell? It's already been like 30 minutes. They can't possibly keep going with the heist. Oh, I can't wait, dude. It's going to be so good. They're breaking into an Imperial garrison of only 40 people, which is a manageable number for a team of 6, I think. 7 now. Dude, not even the money. They're stealing the payroll manifest. They're stealing the list of employee names and like payment info and like billing addresses, presumably. They're going to dox everyone in all the Imperials in the sector is basically what they're doing. And I'm thinking that Luthen's going to then use that information for like assassinations.
Oh, dude, that would be
finding
next
out
level
who was on the
dirty.
Imperial payroll
That would
and then
be-
just like
that would
taking
be
them out.
next
Like,
level dirty.
yeah, man. You were saying that Luthen is like an extremist on the level of Saw Gerrera. Like, if that's true, then that's totally something he would do with that information. Oh,
Dude, this episode was great. It gave us Imperial Coruscant. It gave
It was
us
amazing.
Luthen's his alter ego.
Dude, it was like night and day.
This antiquities this antiquities dude, and then oh god, and then we saw Qyburn. We fucking got to see that he's in charge of the whole ISB, which is absolutely crazy.
You froze. I lost
so I
you.
think we'll get to see him a lot more.
You're totally gone on my end.
Oh, can you still hear me?
The
Can you still hear me?
Like you froze like halfway through what you were saying, and then I got you back when you said see him a lot more. So I don't know what you were talking about there.
Oh, I think we're going to see Qyburn a lot more because since he's in charge of the whole ISB.
I hope so. I like that
Like,
I like that he's also
person.
taking like a nuanced approach to this and not just being like, we are evil here at the ISB. He's like being a realistic person that would have that job, and like that's the way that he would be thinking about it. I like Deidre. She's like I'm already invested in what she's gonna do. I think that, like I said, she's like a bloodhound. She is definitely gonna get to the bottom of this, and I think she's gonna take some of her coworkers down a peg in the process, which will be pretty satisfying. I was absolutely feasting on these Coruscant skylines. I think that's my big takeaway from this episode. It's getting to see Imperial Coruscant.
Dude, the reflections on the skyline. Yeah,
Cyril
amazing.
and Dedra are both on Coruscant right now, so they're bound to meet up. And Cyril Karn's mom seems like kind of a jerk, so I'm kind of understanding why he's as tightly wound as he is, if that's who raised him. Oh man.
In the lower levels of Coruscant, dude. Yeah, it was cool to actually see that in a
Totally. It wasn't
live-action
like the
setting
lower
versus
levels. It was like middle lower levels. It was still a little clean, but it was clearly not like the shiny, fancy edifice of like, you know, where the elites and the senators hang out up near Mon Mothma's luxury apartment.
Yeah, no, you can tell by how far away the sun is.
What about Mon Mothma being married to some dude who's like inviting Sly Moore and others over for dinner? Like,
I don't think it's
like
gonna
what
last
the
long.
hell, dude? I mean, like, I don't think she can make waves. I think she
don't think
needs
it's
to
gonna
like
last long.
be publicly as copacetic as she can. And I think that if she divorced her husband, people would start looking into why, and then see, like, I don't think she can afford to do that, even if she wanted to. And I think she does love this guy. He's just politically becoming very clumsy because she's getting very much in bed with, like, you know, pockets of fomenting. But at the same time,
Or
her
he'll get
husband is just like having dinner guests over from like the literal political opposition.
Yep. Because they're friends. Because they're friends with his friend. Because they're friends with his friend.
Oh man, that's gonna get awkward. I really hope we get to see that dinner. Just because I've been reading the Vader comics, and Sly Moore is a big player in Crimson Reign, so getting to see her on stage or on screen would be awesome.
Thanks again, everyone, for watching another excellent reaction to Andor Episode 4. Cue in next week for Episode 5 and our regular weekly podcast on Tuesday nights.
Dark Forces, 7 PST. Definitely tune in for that. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you thought of this episode. And if you want to check out the full-length, uncut version of this reaction, head over to patreon.com/Kyle Katarn channel. On the Patreon page, you'll be able to check out full-length reactions and also participate in our Patreon polls, which we're going to read the next one in the next episode. Thanks again for watching, everyone. And as always, may the Force be with you.